Okay, so this morning I'm testing the new 32-bit recorder, the Zoom H1 Essential, I think it's called. Walking Hendrix. Thought I'd take you along. So I got a GoPro with me. Let me play a little bit of GoPro audio. The GoPro's about a foot away from my head now. Yeah, maybe 14, 16 inches away. And the Zoom is actually operating off a small, inexpensive Sony microphone, little stereo mic that only costs about $25. I'll put a link to. I think it's called the ECSM. I cannot remember what it is, but I've used these little microphones for probably 10 years now, and man, they work great. You don't have to spend a lot of money on a really good stereo mic for vocals, for voiceovers or whatever, for interviews. And I thought I would test this once more. So this is the second 32-bit float device I've gotten from Zoom. The other one I got is the one that's a big microphone. M1, I think it's called. Here again, I can't keep up anymore. I can't keep up with the serial numbers on all the, or the serial branded numbers or model numbers. That's what I'm trying to say. But I thought I would show you the difference. So I have a little Sony mic just underneath my head, about, 8 or 10 inches away. The thing I like about 32-bit float, I love the other mic that I bought. I've been using it all the time. People like carrying it around. They don't mind. Like we go on tours of the hospital, people will take us on construction tours and stuff where we're doing big expansions at the hospital. Excuse me. Okay, even though that was an unplanned, that's a good test of the microphone. With the old H1, you had to be worried about the audio. You had to be worried about the level and peaking the audio. And with this one, you don't. I mean, you could have a gun go off right at it, and it's not supposed to peak. And I've tested stuff like that. With the other mic, I've put massively loud guitar amps. I mean, I've cranked them up really loud. I'm sure over 120, 30 decibels, and tried to make the other mic peak, and I'm sure this one performs the same way. It's just now you're getting 32-bit float for like $100. That is killer. So I've only recorded this that you're hearing now, and my wife just talking in the bedroom the other night with her not even knowing. We're just talking about all kinds of crazy mess, and so I've not even heard it myself from this device. I'm just assuming it will be the same as it was with the with the other one. Come here, Hendrix. Okay. Gotta make sure when cars come that he's behaving. For some reason, he really still likes to chase cars even after 4 years. Hey, I have to walk him on a leash. So yeah, this is just a test. See how the audio sounds. And I'm also going to use the microphones. It has two microphones, a stereo pair on top of the device. And so we'll test that here in a second too. Hendrix is looking for the dog that lives here. His name is Goose. He's a big, Great Pyrenees. He's beautiful. He's just a puppy still. So yeah, Mineral Springs Mountain. That's what it looks off kind of down the valley, if you can see down the valley. We're up about, 800-900 feet above the Catawba Valley. Turn this off just for a moment and we'll test using the microphone, even though I'm going to be walking around. I don't think it'll be as effective, the sound-wise, as shooting with the little mic attached to it. So you're hearing 32-bit float, setting no levels with the Zoom H1 Essential, and using a very cheap Sony mic as the microphone source. Now let's switch. This is kind of a difficult thing to do because I've got the mic over here. That is it, by the way. That's what it looks like. Excellent. So I'm holding that. Holding that in one hand, I'm holding the GoPro in the other. They're both equidistant from my face, so see which sounds better to you. Here's the Zoom H1, Zoom H1 Essential, Zoom H1 Essential. Here's GoPro audio, GoPro audio, GoPro audio. Okay, so just testing the microphone just to see what the onboard mics sound. I hear Goose now. He realizes we're out here. So maybe we'll meet Goose here in a minute. All right, so this is just a test. So y'all can see again what the Zoom looks like. 32-bit float. You got a line in right there. That's where I had the microphone attached. You got a little thing in the back where you can put it on stand. You got the volume button over here for playback. You got your line out, and you got a hold button. And here again, now both of them pointed back toward my head, equidistant from each other. Sorry for the stick. I'm carrying the stick here just in case I have to beat a wild animal off of Hendrix. Okay, so this is how the two differ. This is the old one here. This is the new one. You see it's in continual record mode. Now, I don't have either one of these recording just yet. So you're just hearing audio off of a GoPro Hero 12, but I thought I'd show you just kind of the differences. So this one, both of them are ready to record. The SD card, this time, it's the first time ever that the SD card that I put it in, if I were to show it to you, it faces up. In other words, no, it's just no SD card. But usually it's flipped the other way in the older versions. Let's see, so you turn off by pulling this right here back. It says, please wait, saving data. See you, goodbye, goodbye, see you. I'm gonna turn it back on. Has a little ringy sound on it. So yeah, this one is on here too. This one you had to, the old one, the old H1N, you had to make an educated guess at what your levels were gonna be. You can see they're showing there, but you never could tell if somebody might holler real loud or be some real loud audio spike that would cause distortion on the audio. So this one does not. You know, your on off is over here. On the old one, your on off is over on this side. You still got a hold button to make sure that when you when you give it to somebody to hold in their or put it in their pocket or whatever. A lot of times I have them put it in their pocket, and I have the little recorder go in there. So that's your line in. Looks a little more substantial. Looks like it's made out of metal now rather than plastic. SD card does go in here. Old one, the SD card goes here. I got this one recording at MP3 320. This one does record in WAV. The 32-bit is a WAV type recording. Let me go ahead and turn these on, hit both of them and record. Okay, so I guess I'm recording both of these now. Of course, I'm not holding them toward my face. Let me turn them toward me for a minute and talk. Hey, check 1 2, check 1 2 3. So this is me. I'm just a few, maybe 7 or 8 inches in front of the GoPro. Check 1 2 3, test 1 2. So now you get to hear the difference between the H1 that's doing the 32-bit wave, 32-bit float wave, and one doing a 320 kilobyte MP3. Now 320 kilobyte MP3 has always worked really well for me for doing interviews. So that's usually what I use. But yeah, since I'm doing 32-bit float, that's exactly what I'm going to do from now on. It'll make for big files, but it'll be really pure audio that cannot peak out. So this one, you hit the stop button. Hang on a second. Yep, that stopped it from recording. With this one, same thing. So you don't hit the record again, or that just puts a mark in. You hit the little square button there on either one of these. So that's just a quick look at some of the differences. You don't have this hood anymore over the top of it. The mics look very similar. I don't know if they're any different as far as the mics. On the back you did have, of course, this. This is a much more substantial looking. It's got metal in there, but it's like a plastic cased little hole. I think this one's going to be better. You got your little speaker there. I don't even know there's a speaker on this one. You don't buy, yeah, there's a speaker right here. So you don't buy these things for a speaker, but this one I do think, oops, hit record again. Oh, I hit the menu. This one I do think is going to sound better just because on the size of the speaker. Look at the difference there from here to there. I've not really been sampling the audio off of it yet, but that's just a quick first look. Let me see if I can get out of that Menu, here we go. There you go. The menu, hit the menu button over here. So yeah, both this one, folks, I've got 2 of these. I've got 3 or 4 of the old H1s. These things have been workhorses. I'm here to tell you, audio never sounds as good off of like a GoPro or a camera or a camcorder or whatever than it does when you turn these both on again. Test 1, 2, 3, check 1, 2, 3. That's the difference. So you're hearing GoPro, GoPro, GoPro. You're hearing old H1, 320 kilobyte MP3. You're hearing 32-bit float off the H1 Essential. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to hit the H1 Essential with a really loud guitar test. I'm going to turn this Vox up where it's uncomfortable for me. This is an AC10. And let's see what this does. Let's see if it peaks out. Oh, Lord have mercy. Hard to contain Hendrix when that starts happening. These two. No, 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 no. I can't let you run.